welcome class. How many of you like the month October? Yeah, what is special about October?
It's Halloween.
Yes, okay, so because it's the month of Halloween, I have chose a lesson that is based about bats. And it'll kind of give us a little fun so we can get ready for Halloween coming up, and we can practice some of the literary terms that we've been practicing throughout the week. So I'm going to start off right now by reading a book called Stella Luna, and we'll go from there. Have any of you ever seen this book before? Read the book before? No? You in the back, you read it? Okay, so this is a really big book, Stella Luna. In a warm, sultry forest far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. I'll name you Stella Luna, she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stella Luna clutched to her breast as she flew out and searched for food. Can you guys see a picture of the bat there? See how, like it has little skeletons in there. So as I read the book, kind of pay attention to different characteristics about the bat. Things that you notice. Let's see. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bat. Dodging and shrieking, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stella Luna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. Down, down she went, faster and faster in the forest below. The dark leafy tangle of branches caught Stella Luna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stella Luna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. Mother Stella Luna squeaked, "Where are you?" By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, 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 Stella Luna dropped. She just put this right up here. You guys still see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so, plump, Stella Luna landed head first in the soft, doughy nest, startling the three baby birds who lived there. Stella Luna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble of three birds. What is that? When you see the birds, they look kind of the same, huh? Just like the baby bat, baby birds need someone to feed them. So here's Stella Luna, eating the bugs just like birds eat. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stella Luna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly things Mama Bird brought. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Look at the birds. They're trying to copy her. Stella Luna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept all night. She ate bugs, even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing. Stella Luna still liked sleeping by her feet. She hung by her feet. Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby bird decided to try it. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. "Eek!" she cried. "Get back up here this instant. You're going to fall on your necks." The birds clambered back into the nest, but Mama Bird stopped Stella Luna. "You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into the nest unless you promise to obey the rules of this house." Stella Luna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stella Luna behaved as a good bird should. Is she a bird, though? No. All the babies grew quickly. Soon the nest became crowded. Mama Bird told them that it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip flittered flat, and Stella Luna jumped off from the nest. Their wings worked. "I'm just like them, though, Stella Luna. day, Stella Luna told herself. Then no one will see how clumsy I am. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stella Luna went flying from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We had better go home or we will get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stella Luna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. The three anxious birds went home without her. All alone, Stella Luna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stella Luna sighed. So she hung by her thumbs, and soon she fell asleep. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near her. It's another bat. Hey, a loud voice said. Why are you hanging upside down? Stella Luna's eyes opened wide. She saw the most peculiar face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stella Luna said. But you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You are hanging by your thumbs. So that makes you upside down. The creature said, I'm a bat, and I am hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stella Luna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stella Luna told them her story. You ate bugs? Stuttered one. You slept at night? Gasped another. How very strange, they all muttered. Wait, let me look at this child, the bat pushed. Through the crowd, an owl attacked you, she asked. Snuffing Stella Luna's fur, she whispered. You are Stella Luna. You are my baby. You escaped the owl, cried Stella Luna. You survived. Yes, said Mother Bat, as she wrapped her wings around Stella Luna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. But it was nighttime. Stella Luna squeaked, we can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees. We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in the darkness. Come with us. Stella Luna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stella Luna could see. She felt as though the rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. Can you see how her vision allows her to see everything? It's kind of like headlights on a car. Soon the bats found a mango tree, and Stella Luna ate so much of the fruit she could not hold. I'll never eat another bug as long as I live, cheered Stella Luna as she stuffed her face. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. The next day, Stella Luna went to visit the birds. Come with me and meet my bat family, said Stella Luna. Okay, let's go, agreed Pip. They hang by their feet, they fly at night, and they eat the best food in the world, she explained. As the birds flew among the bats, I feel upside down here. So the birds hung by their feet. Wait until dark, Stella Luna said excitedly. We all fly at night. When night came, Stella Luna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. I can't see a thing, yelled Pip. Neither can I, howled Flitter. I, shrieked Flap. They're going to crash. I must rescue them. Stella Luna swooped out, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stella Luna hung from the limb over above them. We're safe, she said. Then she sighed. I wish I could see in the dark too. We wish we could land on our feet. They perched in silence for a long time. How can we be so different but feel so much alike? How can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. I think it is quite a mystery, Flap chirped. I agree, but we're friends forever. So in the back of the book here, we have some little notes. What is something that you notice that bats do that birds don't do?
Can see in the dark.
Can see in the dark. They hang by their feet. So it's safe to say that bats have their own way of doing things, and this little book was kind of an introductory for us to get to know what are bats, what can bats do, what things do they have, and what are they? So I have picked out a few books, kind of similar to this book, that have a little bit of detail. We're going to break into groups, and we're going to discover what are bats. What are they all about? And we're going to break them up into 3 different categories. Each group is going to look through the books and find out that information. And then we're going to get back together, and we're going to teach each other all the different things that we learned. And then, in our final project, we will end up filling out a little worksheet that will tell us the different things that we're going to do in our groups. So, before we get started, I want to go over our outcomes. Because I feel like our outcomes are something that we want to have up and available for us to see so we can remind ourselves what we're doing. Like that. Okay, so we will have one group on this side of the table, one on this side of the table, and then one here, okay? Now, I've created a little literary map for us for fun. So that, again, we can remind ourselves what we're doing in this lesson. Okay, so this is going to help remind us exactly what information we're looking for. So Carl, your group is going to figure out what can bats do. I want you to really look into the books and kind of find different things about the bat that they can do. Can you tell me what can means? When you say a bat can do something, what does can mean?
It's about things that they do that others do not do.
Okay, so that's exactly that problem. We're going to find things that the bat is able to do. The bat is physically able to do that thing. Then we're going to have you look up what bats have. So that would be similar to what does a bat have that a bird doesn't have. That's something that we compared in the first book. So I want you to look through that same information and find at least 3 things that a bat has. Or have. Yeah, has. And then our last group is going to look up what are bats are. So we're going to find out things to list underneath are that bats are. Sounds kind of confusing, but it's really not. I'm going to pass out these little books for you guys. That are going to give you fun little information. And then I am going to have you write out what things that you find. So that way when it comes time to get back into our groups, our whole groups, we can share with each other what we've discovered. Now, I also have some Post-its. And I want one person in the group to find the things that we're doing, and then another person in the group is going to write out on the Post-it and put it under your section. So Carl, you're going to go to can, you're going to go to have, and you're going to do are. And I'll walk around. If you guys have any questions, I'm here. I'm going to help you kind of look at what you guys are doing. But make sure you guys are working in groups, that nobody is taking over all the work, or that nobody's slacking. We want everybody participating.